the United
doesn't change
States.
the fact that something is still a crime. So I'll ask you again, perfect example, Kim Jong-un. If somebody took him out, would that be wrong?
Why? Why are they?
It would be
taking
a
him out?
crime to take him out, but would it be wrong?
I don't know. It depends.
It would, to me, that would not be wrong. It would be a crime. Yeah, it would not be wrong.
Okay, I could see a situation
So
where
if
it would
somebody,
not be
for
wrong.
example, crosses the border in an undocumented capacity, you're saying that's a crime. In accordance to this current administration, that is a crime. Is it wrong? Oh, no. Because I consider an undocumented immigrant coming into this country somebody who may be fleeing a situation in which was unsafe for them, somebody who is seeking safety elsewhere, but also individuals who are beneficial to our country. I think of how 4 out of every 10 farm workers, for example, in Florida were undocumented immigrants. Under Senate Bill 1718, MAGA Republicans deported them, and Florida lost $12.7 billion in the state GDP. So obviously that was bad, right? You're saying, well, they're here illegally, get them out. Okay, but was it wrong? Probably not. If they're benefiting the state GDP of Florida, then you should keep them. And then second, if you're saying it's wrong and that all crime is bad, you voted for somebody who was found liable of SA, which is a far worse crime than that of just crossing the border in an undocumented capacity. So now I find it hypocritical because you're saying, well, if they're found liable of SA, I'll make them president. But if they cross the border in an undocumented manner, we're going to deport them. Like what?
Well, just because they positively affect the GDP, that means we should just let everyone in then, right? We should just open the borders wide open.
Why do you overlook Trump's crimes? His crimes are worse. And you overlook...
Yo no soy marinero, soy capitán, soy capitán, soy capitán.
Why am I wearing ladies' earrings? Oh, well, when your poorly raised parents passed away, they left them in the Goodwill, and I snuck in, took them from there.
So you're saying
State GDP
with that same logic, just because
when undocumented immigration participates in the workforce, yes.
So with that same logic, just because the GDP will go up, we should let everyone in.
But that's not what he said either.
I know, but how is that not? How do you not believe that?
Okay, so this can't be a you let everybody in or you kick everybody out situation. You can't afford to do that. It's not a yes or no black and white issue. This is
that's exactly what happened under
with
Biden.
Donald Trump, and that's a problem. Biden never just
Everyone-
let everybody in. That's not true.
everyone
Biden had
came
more
in.
deportations than Donald Trump. That's impossible. Biden had more apprehensions and deportations than Donald Trump.
Well, he had 10 million come in.
I do think it should be
Illegally.
a prove your way in system, though, for example, and that should go for even Americans. I think that Donald Trump, who has a felony conviction and a liability of SA, specifically that liability of SA, he should be deported. I don't care if you're an American. If you have a liability of SA, you're not safe to be on our soil. You should be
Okay,
deported.
that's just not at all.
Wait, I'm confused. So you're telling me that this American who was found liable of SA should stay in our country? Why do you want somebody who was found liable of
Yes.
SA in the country?
Yes.
Ew. Why?
That's just you. It just doesn't work like that.
Why
How-
not?
how are you gonna
Deport him.
tell an
He was found
American
liable
citizen
of
they have to leave
sexual
forever?
abuse. He was liable of sexual abuse, guilty of it. He should be kicked out. You shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that's not the reasonable for that crime.
Now I would be so fine. Is it warmer to swim? There's lots of people in the water. I'll show you. Now that there's less people there, you can see through the crowd there. See over there, people and people and people.
And he will be.
What's the punishment?
He will be in a fair court.
What's the punishment?
I don't know. It's
Okay, because I have
some
two
amount of jail
ideas,
time.
and I have two ideas that I think may be appropriate. Okay, either A, Donald Trump is put into a room with a 800-pound man, and the doors are sealed, and that's just that. I think that could be appropriate for the SA allegation. You just leave it there. You just get the creepiest 800-pound man that you can find, and you put him into a private room with Donald Trump, and you just close those fucking doors. You could do that, or alternative two, deport him. I think that those are the only two appropriate responses to being found liable of SA. Thoughts? I mean, your
appropriate by the
response was
law.
to make him
I
your
mean,
president, so
I don't know what it is. It's probably 10 years of prison.
you made him your president. How was that an appropriate punishment?
That's not a punishment.
Okay,
That-
right. But like that's what you did.
Okay, well, he still has better policy than anyone
saying
else
you can
that would have came up
overlook-
against.
You're saying you can overlook
Unlimited.
his crimes because you think he's good for the
I would rather have someone with some criminal issues than have someone who's coming up here and openly supporting gay and trans people.
You would rather make a
Because that's what they're doing.
You would rather make a criminal your president who is found liable of sexual abuse than support marriage equality? Oh God, our
Marriage
country's
equality?
fucked. Our country's fucked. Are you kidding? Is this a joke? Is this a cruel, sick joke? What the fuck? You're telling me that you would rather, I'm literally in tears. You're telling me that you would rather have somebody found liable of SA and a criminal be your president than somebody who believes equality?
It's not equality.
I'm gay.
That's not.
I'm gay. Should
Yeah.
I be allowed to get married?
Yeah, but
Why
I don't
the
think
fuck
that,
does he sound disappointed saying that? Okay, y'all, my link is in the bio. If I'm gonna sit here and be like, every single person who comes up is a fucking homophobe. Oh my God, link is in the bio. Y'all are gonna support me. Y'all are gonna support me. Link is in the bio. I'm done playing this game. What do you mean?
you can
but?
choose
Where's
to be
the
gay?
but?
Do you think you can choose to be gay?
Can I? What? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Can you choose? Can you make the choice to
I
either?
didn't choose to be
be
gay.
gay or
Why
not.
would I choose? Why do you know that being gay is not easy? Why would I choose to live the harder lifestyle? Tell me about that.
Because it gives you a way to be a victim to everything,
What?
and just different,
Okay.
like different.
Wait.
I don't really understand it either.
So you're
actually.
saying me being gay would make me a victim? It would only make me a victim if somebody were a homophobe like yourself. But that to which I would rather just be straight. Would I not?
Well, no,
I
it
would
just
rather be
makes,
straight
it
to
just
live an
gives you
easier
something
life.
to say. But I don't really understand
What?
why either, because I'm not. Because I would never.
And
do
in
that.
what
I
way,
would never
shape,
do
or form
something-
have I ever acted like I'm a victim?
Everyone does on the left. Every single person.
What are you literally talking about? I'm asking you. You said I can choose to be gay. I said, why would I choose to be gay if that's the harder lifestyle? If that's the harder life to live? How is
Yeah, I
that?
don't
Why would
really
I choose
understand
to
either. I
be
don't really
straight if
understand
that's the easier lifestyle? I think I didn't choose because I didn't choose. I didn't choose to be gay. Are
Well,
you
no,
kidding?
I just don't understand anything that you guys do. Like,
Okay, that's because you're not gay. I don't understand anything heterosexual people do because I'm not heterosexual.
¿Achip natural?
Yes.
Margarita mango.
Bueno. ¿Puedo cambiar esto para dos? Yes. Gracias.
¿Dulce la bolsa?
Nah, está bien. I speak English and Spanish, and I'm still learning Spanish, so I practice Spanish every day. I talk to people in Spanish as much as I can every day, and I try to speak Spanish every day, and I do Duolingo every day. Today was, I'll tell you right now. Hold on.
This. Oh wait.
no.
Wow. Okay, can you prove to me that the Bible is correct?
No, I can't.
Okay. So then maybe you shouldn't be using the Bible that you can't prove is correct for the God
No
you
one-
can't prove exists as justification to take away the rights and treat somebody else as somebody is less than equal. Just a thought.
No one can prove that it exists because
Okay,
you
so
have to have
if you
faith in it.
can't
That's the
prove
whole-
that your God is real and you can't prove the Bible is correct, why are you using the Bible that you can't prove is correct for the God you can't prove exists as justification to treat me as less than equal and as a third-class citizen?
Well, I don't think anyone can prove their religious
So if
book
I
right.
write a book and that book says you, Owen, as somebody named Owen, should be treated as a third-class citizen for having the name Owen, and that's what God told me to write in that book, should that be used as law? And Owen, should you be treated as a third-class citizen?
That's not at all the same as the Bible, first of
It
all.
literally is the same thing. You just said you have a book that you can't prove is correct for a God you can't prove exists, and that you're using that as justification to treat me like a third-class citizen.
Well, you can't
Seriously.
expect anything. You can't expect anything to be proven to you.
Science is definitive and proven.
No, you can't expect anything to be proven to you. Everything that you're being told could just be a lie, and you have faith
Science
that
is
it's
not
not
a
a
lie.
lie. And you have faith that it's not a lie because you see it on a screen, and it says
What is the word salad? What are you talking about?
you don't have 100% proof that anything is true.
Science is
anything at all.
definitive.
What's your proof? Prove to me that you are sitting here talking right now.
Are you like mentally okay? I'm just curious. Like, are you good? Like,
Prove
are
to
you
me
okay?
because what if you are just crazy? What if you're just crazy and this conversation has never happened?
What does that even mean?
You only have faith off your mind, knowing like
No, I have a physical body provided to me by that of evolution, to which defined me as a Homo sapien with opposable thumbs, in which I used on the technology advancements we have generated over the past 357 years to have a conversation with an individual in another area, to which is also a Homo sapien with opposable thumbs, thanks to that of evolution, so that we could have said conversation through that of a language to which we derived from that of historic agencies. Yeah,
well, just because you start talking a lot doesn't mean that you're right. You're just talking about
What?
the language, and like you can't prove to me that
Okay, let me try
we're
this.
here talking, that we're talking.
Do you
to each
believe
other
in
right
Adam
now.
and Eve?
Yeah,
It's 150. We got I'm here. Oh, boy, buddy. Trying to get by. Take care, ladies. Have a good one. Take care.
You were here last week, right? Yeah. I remember.
Yeah, and I'll be back here again in 2 more weeks. Yeah. Take care, buddy. See you soon. Sean, you're
I don't fully know about the evolution stuff.
No, I'm asking you. You're
Yes,
saying you
every
believe in Adam
human
and Eve.
alive is related and shares 99% of their DNA. Everyone is related through one common ancestor.
Nope, I am not related to
Yes.
the same common ancestor as you. Period.
Yes, you are.
Now
Yes,
follow
you are.
up. No, I'm not.
There is
No,
one
I'm
common
not.